Hi, yogis. Just taking a minute to share from our guest speaker today, Ramesh, that joined us at our WiseMind Yoga Psychology School. And I am super excited to share a little bit about what we talked about today. So, we actually talked about something called Samskara patterns. And they're actually in yogic philosophy are mental impressions that include thoughts, actions, intentions, emotions, and that a thought can actually leave a psychological imprint. And there's three functions that are performed in any samskara. One is removing undesirable qualities. So if you are looking to have um, less emotional reactivity, or maybe you're looking to have less anger, or again, having more patience. So, if there's certain qualities or patterns or thought patterns or emotional reactivity that you're looking to heal and change, that is something you can do through doing work around what we call soul work around changing samskara patterns. The second thing is adding missing qualities. So if you want to have more patience, if you want to have more compassion, if you would like to have more empathy, if you would like to have a higher capacity for unconditional love, more authenticity. And the third one is purifying the mind. So being able to become what we call a samurai mind so that you can fully function in a place of calm and peace no matter what is happening. So, one of the other pieces I wanted to share from him, from Ramesh, our spiritual teacher that joined us today, is how to reduce or remove samskaras by yourself. So, through deep meditation, what we call samadhi, the past samskaras come to the surface and they're exhausted or reduced. So we can start to transform and change those samskara patterns, and we can significantly reduce them. Now, a lot of students that are familiar with different Buddhist philosophies or yoga philosophies are familiar with the term around attachment or detachment. And so attachment, we can actually be attached to too many material things. We can be attached to an outcome. We can be attached to an expectation. We can be attached to a person. We can be attached to a situation. We can be attached to past trauma. There's many, many things that we can be attached to. And oftentimes we create stories around that attachment. And we also create suffering around that attachment. So there's a yogic attitude around samskaras that we accept samskaras that we want to change with detachment and see them as lessons to be learned from. So, for example, maybe you're struggling with not having patience. We want to accept good samskaras with gratitude and detachment and see them as gifts. So, for example, a good samskara could be a yoga practice, it could be a meditation practice, it could be breath work, it could be eating healthy food, it could be a prayer practice, right? Those are all good, what we call spiritual samskara patterns. And again, we accept any patterns that we want to change, any samskaras with detachment. Again, we see them as lessons to be learned. So again, could it be emotional reactivity? Could it be different trauma that shows up in relationships? Many different samskara patterns. Is it some type of generational trauma that needs to be healed? And we become aware of this wound that needs to be healed through being triggered in some situation that you're in. It could actually be something, a samskara or soul work that you've done already that you just need to go deeper into that healing work. And one of the lessons that he shared today, Ramesh shared, was embracing all experiences by digesting them with detachment. There's that word detachment again. Spiritual idolization and without creating a new story. So we want to be able to witness, right, our our patterns that we want to heal and transform and change and detox, but we do it without creating another story around it, right? So an example of creating a story around it could be, say, your samskara pattern from a psychology perspective. Let's just say it's the inner critic of perfectionism. And so we create these stories around our perfectionism, right? So it could be, we're trying to earn love, we're trying to be worthy, we're trying to be enough, we're trying to get validation from outside ourselves, right? These are stories that we create around a perfectionism samskara pattern. So that's one example. So again, I just wanted to take a quick 5 minutes, a quick mini lesson to share with you what we're talking about today in our WiseMind Yoga Psychology School. And again, you can think of samskaras also as thought, emotion, behavior patterns that are no longer serving you that you want to change. And oftentimes it can be related to childhood trauma, it can be related to generational trauma that's been passed down that doesn't even have anything to do with your childhood trauma. So if you want to connect more with some of the things that we're doing, you can actually go to wisemindsoulwarrior.com. Again, wisemindsoulwarrior.com. And you can also look up, we have a page all around it. And you can also follow us on Instagram, which is WiseMind Soul Warrior Yoga. And I just wanted to take a minute, again, a quick minute to share with you some of the things that we're doing. And we'll continue to be sharing some new things with you in November. And so I'm super excited to connect with you here and continue sharing. Namaste.